isn't that intro freaking amazing? I know he's not totally done with it. He might be a little mad that I played this tonight, but I had to show it. I mean, he's done such cool work for the show, making the logo and making this. Now we just need to get everybody, we got to get him to make the intro for the show, because this is so cool. All right, so tonight on the World Wide Web of Weird, we course, no videos tonight. Everything's pretty much pictures and articles. Didn't have any good videos, but this first one's going to come from ABC 30. Woman captures eerie image in the window of an abandoned Texas building. Let me get open. And I have to switch to Jeff. I'm not used to doing that. So maybe people can see. Jeff is still doing the World Wide Web of Weird here. Let me get this up. There we go. So woman captures eerie image in window of an abandoned Texas building. Like I said, this comes from ABC30.com. This is from June 25th. Galveston, Texas. An eerie image of what looks like a silhouette of a body in the window of a Galveston building has a lot of people talking on Facebook. Now, Nadine Lewis shared a photo of the building in a Facebook group showing what appears to be a shadow of a person standing by a window. But the thing is, the building is abandoned. Lewis said the building is on Mechanic and 21st near parking garage that she passes every day. Kind of creepy, she wrote in Facebook caption. I see this scene every morning when I go to work. I never see it at night, Lewis said. She thinks it's a morning spirit since she never sees it when she leaves work in the afternoon, but others on Facebook have different idea of what it could be. Most must be a shadow of something in the room, like a large vase or urn, Linda V wrote. It's a water stain, Terry N commented. A painting drawn onto the window, however, I do believe that place may hold a spirit or two, and Adam G wrote. And some Galveston homes and buildings have been known for alleged ghost or spirit activity, so it's not too far out of left field to think that Lewis posted something supernatural. A lot of these buildings are haunted, Chris P wrote. Lots of ghosts in Galveston, Teresa H said. Take, for example, the Hotel Galvez in Galveston along the seawall. It was built in 1911, and many say a ghost named Adura still haunts the guests on the 5th floor. According to the story, Audra hanged herself in the hotel bathroom after hearing that her husband died in a battle. Guests still report strange things like slamming doors, toilets, flushing on their own, and even imprints of Audra sitting on the guest's bed while they sleep. It's still not clear what Lewis captured in the window of that abandoned building, but it's definitely something to look into. So, I don't know. It could be just something that she sees it every day, like every day. So are other people gonna? I want to see other people gonna. If you live in Galveston, I know I don't have that big of an audience, but if you live in Galveston, you happen to take a picture of this building, I'd like to see somebody else's picture, see what else somebody else gets. All right, next up on the World Wide Web of Weird here. This comes from unexplainedmysteries.com, of course. If it wants to load on my tablet here, so I can read it. Okay, this one, all the Mars stuff over the last 2 years I've been doing this show. This one, this picture doesn't do it justice. Definitely go look this up and look at the picture, but this is some weird stuff. Mystery object spotted on the surface of Mars from Unexplained Mysteries on June 29th, Thursday. A crystal clear photograph taken by an Opportunity rover shows an unidentified object sitting nearby. The image was uploaded by a 13-year-old rover on March 17th has generated something of a buzz online, with internet users discussing what an anomalous object could possibly be. Unlike previous images of the anomalous object on Mars, this one is very clear and evidently not a simple case of pareidolia, the brain's natural tendency to see meaningful shapes and abstract patterns. Yeah, we know that. Situated on the Merdani Planum region of Mars, I butchered that. Most likely explanation is that it's a piece of debris from the rover's own landing system. According to users of Reddit, Opportunity was in fact known to have taken photograph of its own debris at around that time. So that's probably the explanation, because it's got to be that or it's a UFO, because it's something weird and definitely not natural in the picture. But, that possible explanation, or is that just their way of covering it up? I don't know. All right, let's move on. We got another one from Unexplained Mysteries, and this is another one from NASA. We got a lot of NASA stuff tonight. NASA denies alien life and announcement claim. This is posted on Tuesday, the 27th of June. NASA has played down the suggestion that it is on the verge of announcing the discovery of alien life. A few days ago, a video posted on YouTube claiming to be from the hacktivist group Anonymous implied that a groundbreaking announcement about extraterrestrial life was imminent. The prediction was based primarily on comments NASA's Associate Minister Thomas Zuckerberg made during a congressional hearing on advanced search for life in April. Now, however, Zuckerberg, or I'm totally butchering that, himself has spoken out to deny that any such announcement is coming. Contrary to some reports, there's no pending announcement from NASA regarding extraterrestrial life, he wrote on Twitter. Are we alone in the universe? While we do not yet while we do not yet know, we have missions moving forward that may help answer that fundamental question. Far from suggesting NASA has found any evidence of alien life, it seems as though his earlier comments had simply been a reference to the space agency's ongoing efforts to seek out. I wanted to point out about this. Everybody's like, Anonymous came out with this. Not the real Anonymous. It was the online social media Anonymous. There's like another group that's associated and started their own YouTube channel and Facebook pages that say Anonymous, but they're not the real Anonymous.
You always have to double check that Anonymous address to make sure it's the official Anonymous.
Right, and it wasn't the official Anonymous that came out with this. So I saw Anonymous says, well, I won't put that on Anonymous. They say a lot of things. They didn't say that. And they're the ones that came out that they've come out with these videos like the aliens are here to help us and stuff. That's not come from the official Anonymous that like our government's yelling about. All right, let's move on here. This is another one from Unexplained Mysteries. This one's another one have to do with space. A lot of these on this tonight's World Wide Web of Weird. Japan wants to put a man on the moon by 2030. This came out Friday. Japan's Aerospace Exploration Agency is aiming to scale up its manned space exploration program. While NASA, the ESA, and SpaceX have been setting their sights firmly on Mars, Japan has been planning on its manned mission to somewhere a little closer to home, the moon. The endeavor, which will be the first time Japan has ever committed to sending an astronaut beyond the International Space Station, would focus first on helping NASA construct a new space station in orbit around the moon as part of an ongoing effort to send humans to Mars. Once the lunar space station was complete, Japan would use it as a stepping stone to send its own astronauts down to the moon's surface, perhaps even as part of a joint landing effort. If everything goes according to plan, it will be the first time any human has set foot on the moon in 60 years. The last man to walk on the moon, of course, was Gene Cernan, died earlier this year. NASA, meanwhile, will be aiming to land its own astronauts on Mars sometime around 2033. I keep saying, we talk about going to Mars. One, we need better propulsion. And they're working on experimenting with that, but it's like, let's wait and see. 2033, okay, maybe by then we'll have something, but we need to get that set up, and I think we should be going to the moon. Japan has it right. We should be setting up a station there and learning how to do that before we go taking off to Mars. We should be going right back to the moon. Why is it taking 60 years for somebody to go back? That to me is ridiculous. I know it's expensive, and they say public lost interest, but it's the frickin' moon, man.
What if we're already on Mars?
And then, of course, people, that's coming up here in a minute on the World Wide Web of Weird. All right, so next up on the World Wide Web of Weird, number 5 here, I believe we're on. Yes. This is Georgia police officer stopped speeding alien. This is another one from unexplainedmysteries.com. Georgia police officer stopped speeding alien. When cops pulled over a car in Alpharetta, this was what they discovered. A rather unusual passenger. The unworthy occupant turned out to be a life-size extraterrestrial mannequin that had been buckled securely into the front passenger seat for its trip along the highway. Things you see during everyday patrol, the police department wrote on Facebook. It remains unclear what exactly the driver, who had been going at 84 miles per hour when he stopped, why he had been accompanied by a peculiar passenger. However, it certainly took the officers by surprise. It also seemed to help get him out of his ticket, as he ultimately got off with only a verbal warning. And man, that's a pretty good-looking alien thing. I thought, I don't think they have those in where was this? Kentucky? No. Oh, Georgia.
I told the officer he was trying to get to 88 miles an hour.
Oh, right? They had a DeLorean story like that. The cops pulled over a guy in a DeLorean for going like 88 miles per hour. He's like, I got a DeLorean. I have to do this at least once. But, you wonder if he's trying to, don't they have those lanes where you have to have a person in the lane in your car with you to be using those lanes? I don't think they have those in Georgia. But
technically,
maybe.
It doesn't have to be a live person, though, does it?
We're from this planet.
Exactly.
All right. Up next, number 6 in the World Wide Web of Weird here. It's another one. I had a lot from Unexplained Mysteries. It's have a lot from other sites. NASA scientist denies absurd Mars conspiracy. Back to NASA. What I find weird about this, okay, so a guest on Alex Jones, Robert David Steele, put forward the bizarre notion that NASA was covering up the fact there was a work colony for children on the surface of Mars. And I've had guests on, that have said we're already on Mars. So maybe, I don't know, but of course this was said on Alex Jones. This may strike your listeners as way out there, he says, but we actually believe that there's a colony on Mars that's populated by children who were kidnapped and sent into space on a 20-year ride. That kind of reminds me of the TV show Ascension, too. Yeah, but that was all a test. I don't want to ruin it for people. But where Steele, a former Marine and Central Intelligence Agency case officer, got this idea from remains unclear, but NASA scientist Guy Webster was keen to set the record straight. There is no humans on Mars, he said. There's active rovers on Mars. There was a rumor going around last week that there weren't. They are, but there are no humans. Steele comments, which were picked up by numerous news outlets, have gone viral online, and it makes me wonder why they even addressed it. I was really shocked that NASA even addressed this. A guy on, the media keeps telling us Alex Jones is, crazy, and anybody who listens to his stuff is crazy, But, well, somebody at NASA was listening. Somebody at NASA was listening because they were quick to respond to this guy's comment. So I found it really odd. Not to say, maybe we do. Maybe we already are on Mars. All right, so let's see. Number 7. This has been super, super viral. This picture doesn't do it justice. I couldn't really get a good video of this, but this is from the DevonLive.com. Camera catches ghost baby sleeping next to boy in Devon. And if you're listening on, we're streaming out to Facebook Live. We're also on Late Night in the Midlands Radio Network, and people go check it out. You can listen to the show on Late Night in the Midlands Radio Network.com, or you can go to TuneIn and look it up and listen on there. You also get to hear the music we don't play out to Facebook. But if you're listening on there and you're not watching, you should go look this one up because it's interesting. My mom even sent this to me, like I said, from DevonLive.com. The camera catches camera catches ghost baby sleeping next to boy in Devon. Devon mom has revealed images of her baby monitor, what looks like another baby joining her 18-month-old son in his cot, which she claimed moved around in the night and was waved at by the tot. Laura Hay and partner Dean Evans set up the monitor after little Sebastian Evans tried to climb out of his cot at their home last month. However, the 39-year-old mom of 4 says they were left spooked when they spotted the shape of another small childlike figure laid next to the sleeping infant. Boat builder Dean, 42, rushed upstairs hoping to discover it was a teddy bear, however found Sebastian sleeping alone. While the shape remained on the monitor, even moved positions while Laura admits she can't explain what the figure was. She believes it meant no harm as Sebastian slept soundly, and she has even caught him waving at the unseen thing in his room. Laura said, "When I noticed this face appear in the corner of his cot, I got my sister to look on Skype, and there was nothing there at all. Sometimes he brings a teddy to bed with him, so at first I thought it could be that, but this just looks weird." I don't know. I don't think it looks like a teddy bear. It's hard to tell in this picture on here for people to see. And I saw the video off the website. It's hard for us to play it that way. I would like to play the whole video, but I just didn't have a good link for it. But it's really weird. My mom, when she sent me the link, was like, "Do you think it could be another baby monitor signal merging in with it?" I don't know. She's thinking of old school TV signals, how 2 signals would merge and you kind of get like this double picture and stuff. But I think it would be a lot more obvious if that was what was going on in the picture. It looks like something right in the picture with him. I think if there's signals merging, the whole picture would be completely cruddy, if something like that was happening. I don't know, but it's very viral. It's very interesting. And as a parent, I would be freaked a little bit. I would be freaked. I don't want to see a ghost climb into bed with my baby. All right, let's get moving along here. This is number 8 on the World Wide Web Weird. This is from chaosodenglish.com. I probably butchered that too. Cops deployed to protect a Assad community from hungry ghosts. I love that whole hungry ghost thing. "There's nothing under the sky that police cannot do," goes the unofficial slogan for the Royal Thai Police. I say Thai. And that apparently includes busting ghosts. Police were dispatched Wednesday to a rural community in Metcaran province to protect it from a female ghost, or a FEPOB, said to have been terrorizing its populace in recent months. The operation followed a written request from its leaders, according to the local police chief. Residents are frightened. Abdul, I'm not going to even try to just say Abdul. I'm not going to try to say his last name. Head of the Pathan Ratchasana, can't say that either, police station, said by phone, "The letter requests police to conduct regular patrols. They want some reassurance. The people who believe in the rumor are generally scared." The letter, penned by the district chief, said 4 cows there had died this year alone, and 4 officers were at a nearby border patrol police academy had fallen ill. Local residents attributed these calamities to a FEPOB, it said. According to folklore, a FEPOB is a ghost with the ability to possess humans and wreak havoc on an entire village. Every year, many rural communities report sightings or hauntings by a FEPOB. To strengthen, I'm probably butchering that, sorry, to strengthen civilian morale, prevent panic, and boost their confidence of living their daily lives, I hereby request from the Pathon Police Station to organize patrols in sub-district to monitor safety for civilians, part of the letter said. Colonel Abdul said he received the request yesterday and the police would make their first patrol of the day. What is a police officer going to do, though? I mean, they're not carrying proton packs. He added a Buddhist ceremony was also held at the village 2 weeks ago in hopes of stopping the ghost menace. There are more people who believe in it than those who don't, the colonel said. It's totally different in another country when it comes to police and stuff, what the police have to deal with. You wonder what their extra patrols are going to really do to stop the problem. So, all right, last up on the World Wide Web of Weird, and I saved this the best for last. This is the most viral thing that's going. It's totally a media campaign for the Lowe files. Yes, the Lowe files. I thought I was going to be killed. Rob Lowe tells of a terrifying moment he came face to face with a Bigfoot while making a docu-series about the beast, but amidst the story, it makes him sound like a Hollywood kook. No, buddy, you probably already sound like that. And this picture I'm showing, I know people on the Late Night in the Midlands radio network can't see the pictures, but there's a picture up of him from the show, and I don't know what's going on, but is it me, guys, or does it look like they took a picture of Rob Lowe trying to take a dump next to a campfire? That's just what it looks like to me.
Take a dump or something else. I don't know.
I don't know. Rob Lowe, and this comes from Mail Online, Rob Lowe says a hairy encounter in the Ozarks left him fearing for his life after he encountered the mythical Bigfoot or one of its relatives. Lowe, 53, said he was filming his new A&E documentary series, The Lowe Files, when an encounter with a so-called wood ape left him lying on the ground thinking... He said, I was lying on the ground thinking I was going to be killed. I'm fully aware that I sound like a crazy Hollywood kook right now, the Parks and Recreation star admitted to Entertainment Weekly as he recalled the encounter. Lowe said the bizarre meeting occurred on the Ozark Mountains, which stretch between Arkansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma. He was in the woods there filming for his new show in which he and his two sons, Matthew, 23, and John Owen, 21, explore mysterious phenomenon across the country. In this case, legends about a wood ape. A wood ape is a local vernacular for a Sasquatch or a Bigfoot, Lowe said. This is what I love about our show. We have fun with all of this. We hit the bullseye between the true believer and a skeptic in a fun way. The locals talk to you about the wood ape in all seriousness. If you call it a Bigfoot or Sasquatch, they roll their eyes if that makes it less outrageous. But things went awry when the wood ape came looking for them in return, he said. We were 100 miles from the nearest town, he recalled. We spent 45 minutes on the most rugged, brutal mountain trails. It was 1 in the morning. There are a lot of serious former military men with loaded weapons, and something starts approaching our camp that is defying their orders to stop and their warnings that they were armed. Lowe doesn't say quite how the encounter ended. He's saving that for the episode, which makes up its final 1-hour installment of the series. The trailer footage shows him topless and banding a drum, apparently. Oh, that's what he's banding a drum. Yeah, it looks like he's taking a dump. The trailer footage shows him topless and banding a drum, apparently in a ritual to summon the beast. He's promised that this series is all true with no BS. It's Rob Lowe. I don't know about that. I don't know. It's Rob Lowe. What can I say? I love Rob Lowe. Yeah, he brings on the creepy, but not that kind of creepy. I mean, I don't know if anybody ever saw the Drew Peterson story of Rob Lowe, but man, that guy brought on the creep good. Didn't look anything like Drew Peterson, but boy, he captured the creepiness totally. And like I said, it's not the same kind of creepy that we're talking about when we get into ghosts and UFOs and stuff.
That picture itself is kind of creepy.
The one that looks like he's taking a dump?
Yeah.
Looks like a picture for an ad for men with constipation problems. Imodium, Rob Lowe, he takes it. All right, guys, we're going to roll into our commercial break here in a second. But tonight's guests, like I said, are Keith Weldon and Carissa Simpson. They're going to be joining us here after the commercial break. And we do have phone calls into the show. You can call in on a number of ways. There's 3 Skype lines. The main one I want you to try is Soup Live Chat, 800 Live Chat. Jeff runs that. It's a video. If you can do video on Skype, then that one. The other audio only is OO J Bland OO. And there's another one, Paranormal Soup J Bland. I don't know if that one works so well. But don't call in until probably after the second commercial break on the show. This is the first one. There's only 2. So, all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and roll in to our show. Like I said, for guys on the Late Night in the Midlands radio network, you can see the World Wide Web of Weird if you go to Facebook later when it posts. And we'll be right back after the break.